Welcome to the USL Tits Show. We present here Tits Season, and today we have a fun interview here with Cassidy. I cannot say this. With Cassidy here, I should ask you your name. I'm sorry, that's on me. Your last name. Here with Cassidy here. It's just Fox and I here tonight. Gio and Reagan weren't able to join us here. And yeah, we had a fun little interview here with Cassidy. And yeah, I guess we should just kind of hop into it, I guess.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah,
thank you so much for being here. You are actually our first interview.
Yes, so this will be a little rough. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's an honor.
Perfect.
So let's tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I've been in the kind of sports industry for my entire life, pretty much. I was born and raised in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Decided that sports was going to be my career, and really decided that I wanted to do kind of marketing and design and make a living off of it. I love sports. I grew up around sports, and that really impacted the rest of my life there. I've only been doing soccer specific design for about 4 or 5 seasons. I was actually working for a baseball team in Madison, Wisconsin, when they launched and so it was kind of happenstance that I ended up doing graphic design for the soccer team. I always like to joke that I was the only person on staff at the time who could open up Photoshop, and it just kind of fell into my lap with Forward Madison. So it was a really great opportunity. It was a really great time, kind of exploring and experimenting and trying out crazy things on those jerseys, and that really has impacted kind of where I've gone since then. So.
Yes. I have 2 quick questions before we go on. One, are you a Packer fan growing up in Green Bay?
Absolutely. I'm actually a Packer owner. Proud
Nice.
of it.
Nice.
I'm actually on the wait list. My parents put me on the wait list when I was born 20 some years ago. So I'm waiting for my tickets.
It's worth the wait. I try to make it to a game every season. It's unreal.
Nice.
Lambeau's the best place on earth.
That's the Paul Brown.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Go to the jungle.
No so you've already kind of alluded to how you've kind of gotten into, kind of the sports in general,
world,
given that you kind of grew up with it in your area. But like, what kind of drew you, like, even more specifically into like designing? Did you just want to decide, oh, hey, those look cool, I want to do this, or just kind of like just naturally kind of happens?
Yeah, it actually kind of happened just as it started as a hobby.
Okay.
I really had no intention of being a graphic designer. I wanted to go into marketing and business. My degree is in marketing and business. But I always said, if I'm going to be overseeing anybody who can do graphics, I should probably know what I'm talking about. Oh.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We can hear you.
Well, sorry about that. I should probably know what I'm talking about. And so I decided to go into or pick up a couple of classes and just to know what I'm talking about, just know what I'm talking about. And then that kind of led to a career. So it actually was kind of an accident. It ended up being what I do full time. So yeah.
Nice.
So I will say a quick technical thing. I'm getting 2 of you.
Yes.
Right now.
I think I am getting two of me too.
1 second.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. All right.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Technical technical difficulties happens all the time, right?
Wouldn't be a first show without them.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
We can't have a first
Especially
interview show.
especially in 2022, where everything's digital right now. We're gonna run into issues.
Exactly. But yeah, thank you for your patience, guys. Sorry about that.
No problem. All right, so again, being specifically a soccer show, what comes into the process of developing a new kit for a team?
There's a ton of listening and learning that goes into any type of design. I think that's the most important aspect of design. But the soccer communities themselves specifically have such a strong voice and such a strong presence.
Yes.
It would be really remiss to not stop and listen to what the fans are saying, what they love about their club, what they love about their city, what they love about what they want to wear. And so it's really just reflecting what people are putting out towards me. That's kind of my goal as a designer is you should be able to look at any shirt and see yourself in it. And it shouldn't be me telling you what your club should look like. So it's a very feedback oriented process. So yeah, I do a lot of research, I do a lot of listening, and I go from there. So everything kind of starts.
Yeah, I definitely felt that in. I'm gonna pop up some of your shirts. Oof, I didn't mean to do that. I definitely noticed. Wow, this is okay. That's the thing. I definitely noticed some of that feel in your. I believe you've done some of the Ford Madison kits. Some of the
Just some of them.
supporter ones. Yeah. I noticed they're always like a supporter. Like their supporter kit, especially the last few years, I've really noticed that. So I could definitely feel that you've gotten input from the community. And as a kit person, I really appreciate knowing that, you actually take some of that feedback from the community that you are, making these kits for.
Yeah, I think so. With Forward, we actually allowed the supporters to design their own kits, and that's probably what you're referencing there. The ability for fans to kind of take a shirt into their own hands and design it how they see fit was really a great privilege to get to design next to. I think that was really just incredibly cool of the club to allow the fans to dictate what they want to wear. And then I kind of fill in gaps around it with the home and the alternate. And so that was definitely getting to learn and watch how they design their own stuff and then getting feedback from them to design the other ones. It was a great process and a great kind of feeling. They always did just incredible work. It always made me have to step up the game on my end to compete with the fans.
You're the professional. You can't let the fans.
But they are doing a great job. They continue to do a great job. Madison's got a great fan base that really has a great style. So yeah,
That's something I
definitely.
do appreciate about the soccer community as a whole, because I do feel like we are definitely the loudest fans in all of the sporting world. So like you said, when a club listens to a fan base, then it's really playing for the community. So that was really awesome to hear that it also goes along with the design process.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, a club should be a community asset through and through. I mean, if they're not playing for their fans, who are they playing for?
Exactly.
Yeah. You're not wrong with that one, but yeah.
So along with how you're saying you did some, with some of those formats, there's like a bit more of like a fan design and then you tweak it. How much of a creative license do you do? Like, do you get on a kit to kit basis, or is it kind of like depend on the team, depend on, like certain variables that go into it?
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely depends on the team, the people involved. For example, for Forward, it was kind of a blank slate. We had a ton of creative freedom because we were building from scratch. And so it was kind of just wing it and see what happens and then go from there. And that's what we did kind of every year. We aimed to do better than we did the year before. With projects, like I just did a project with classic football shirts where we were designing for FIFA 22, and they had a really built out brief. They wanted, really crazy 90s
Yes, I
inspired
need that
kits.
90s goalkeeper kit.
Yeah. So their briefs were pretty built out, but within that, I got to have a lot of fun with it, bring my own kind of twist to it, and go from there. But they had a vision that was really great and easy to kind of build off of. And then again with Aurora, it was kind of a blank slate. They have all these incredible community owners. They had a vision for what colors they wanted. So it's working with them to craft what they wanted to see on field. So yeah,
Nice.
different for each
Yeah,
club.
exactly. I've definitely been a fan of your work. I have loved the Ford Madison kits. My wife has gotten me a few of them, and I've been a fan of them myself. And I'm wearing the Green Bay one right here. I'm not certain if you made this one. It's their green one, the one with Forest.
That's my favorite one. It's highly underrated and underappreciated, but that's by far one of my favorites that I've designed.
Being a Packer fan, having a green and like a gold yellow combination always looks so good. So I'm a fan as well.
Agree.
I guess the next thing would be, so I mean, we've kind of gone through this a little bit, but what would be like the step-by-step process? So we talked about, you get input from the club, the community, then what comes next?
Yeah, kind of go to the drawing board. There were a couple of initial concepts down for the Aurora specifically. It's probably the most recent project that I've done where it's kind of open-ended. We had a lot of fun with it. And so I went to the drawing board and it's like, what if we did a gradient? What if we didn't do a gradient? What if we added in some stars? And just really had a lot of room to kind of play and experiment. And then took the first couple initial concepts to the team, got feedback, and then refined from there. So some of them were pretty out there. Some of them were pretty traditional. It just kind of, how do you hit every kind of aspect of the spectrum for each kit and then get it perfect? So once you pick a direction. So yeah, I kind of play around in each bin, traditional, middle ground, fully wacky, and then dive into one of those.
I will say that's something that I definitely like about what you did with Aurora was you have the out there one, but then you have two more subtle, one's a goalkeeper kit technically, right? But then you got the more subtle kit that's not as POW, like the forward medicine. As a POW, like the drip kit and all that, and the reversible kit. Those are all POW kits. They're out there. They're trying to show off.
They are not for everyone. I think with Aurora, we wanted to make sure that there was something for everybody, from traditionalist to kind of bold. And yeah, felt like we did that. Something clean and then something a little more flashy.
Definitely. And especially, I grew up in Minnesota, so seeing a kit accurately depict kind of like the Northern Lights type of vibe in comparison to some other attempts that I've seen, I greatly appreciate, kind of like that actual feel that it's, the Northern Lights. So that's, good to see that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The Northern Lights are stunning and they're hard to capture. So
yeah, exactly. But I think that kit does a good job of doing just that. So when you what would you say influences some of your designs? Like, I know soccer traditionally has new kits every year. You can probably throw out like hundreds of new kits every single year that somewhere across the globe someone's created. But where do you get your influences for some of these, or is it just something that you just see and like, you know what, that would look good on a kit, or like no one's done this before type of idea?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that inspiration comes from everywhere.
Mhm.
And so I do a lot of creative walks where I'm taking pictures of textures out in neighborhoods or downtown or of the sky. That Green Bay kit,
Mhm.
there's actually a picture on my phone of the night sky one night where the constellation one, where the clouds were black and the sky was blue, and it was just stunning. It literally took my breath away. It was like, we have to do that. And then we had this constellation pattern that is the night sky from our home opener. And so it's just kind of overlaid, and it turned out really perfect. Like the inspiration from nature itself is unbeatable.
Yeah, and I definitely noticed that on those Green Bay kits, especially. Given there, I think there's the rowboat in the badge itself, definitely tying in nature is a really good touch to everything that they've done in what, 2 seasons, right? That they had of kits.
Yeah, they were only around short amount of time. RIP.
Rip. Yep.
Yeah. There needs to be more soccer teams everywhere. Like, I don't care if a city has 4 teams, you know.
Agreed.
All right. So this is a nitpicking thing that I don't know if you've ever seen our show before or not, but one thing that kills us when it comes to sponsor logos, I understand the need for them. I'm for sponsor logos, but there just always seems to be some kits that have to have the sponsor logo with its initial color. And then sometimes it seems like they're allowed to change the colors and make it actually match the rest of the kit. So is there a contract thing with that? Or is that just something that team got lazy and just threw on the Toyota logo? Yeah, as quick as possible.
I was gonna say Chevy. Chevy's a big one that I always, oh my God, Chevy's a big one that I always see like kind of go crazy. Like all of a sudden it's just in the middle of a shirt. And it's like, why is this here? But I will say any designer who is caring about their shirt will do everything in their power to change their logo to look like it matches the kit. I don't know anyone who's like, I don't really care. Like, I'm going to perfect this shirt and then last minute slap a logo in it.
Right.
But there are, on the flip side, there are also very strong brands who feel the same way. Like, I didn't build this perfect logo to have it change for a shirt, you know?
Yeah.
So I've been honestly privileged enough with every company, a team I've worked for, that they have been extremely flexible. Dairyland in Madison was more than open to us kind of altering as we needed within their like rules and boundaries, which was great because it gave us a lot of flexibility. And then Explore Minnesota with Aurora was also really great to work with on that part. And so over and over again, I've just had the pleasure of working with sponsors who kind of get the bigger picture in terms of design. And so they've been really amenable to changing and being adaptable. And that's been really great.
Yeah.
I don't think any kit designer's like, yep, just hit it with whatever.
Yeah, because I think Toyota is my biggest bug because they have
we ran a few.
It says Toyota and then it has the big square with the Toyota logo, and that square is always like a big red, and it's like has nothing to do with the kit, no red or anything. It's just a big red boom right on the side, and it's not even centered. So you just got a red block on your bottom right for no reason.
Yep.
It kills me.
There's many times where it's like, oh no, that's so unfortunate.
I saw the release for I think it was Juventus, their 4th kit, or even just their normal ones this year. And some of them have been really nice, but then all of a sudden I see their sponsor and it has like the normal Jeep and then it has like a 4xe whatever down below. And I'm like, ruined it. I can't get this now. It's like you ruined art.
Do you think they call it yeep over there?
Yeep.
Man, I hope they do.
Hope they do.
I really hope they do, because then it reminds me like yeet, like yeeting something.
If it's Juventus, I feel like it's got to be yeep.
It is
Gotta be
Juventus. Yeah.
I will ask some of my Italian friends, see how I'll be like, hey, how do you pronounce?
What is
Jeep?
this vehicle?
Yeah.
Show them a picture.
Yes.
Like, what is this?
What is
It's
this?
a yeep.
It's yeep. As a yeep driver, I approve.
Gosh.
This is the best interview I've ever done.
Even with all the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So speaking of best, as we see up here on the slide, you have created some, I don't know how to, I'll say it, gorgeous, amazing kits. I know this is a very tough question, but what is your favorite that you've designed so far?
Choose your favorite kid. Tell us right now.
Oh man, that's like choosing a favorite child.
Yeah.
Right.
Look them in the
my
eye.
parents can do. It's me. I'm just kidding. But I would say the Friends with Benefits kit we did at Forward right before I left was one of my favorites. That had the QR code on it.
Yeah.
And that had just such a cool story and kind of build out around it. We had a really good photo shoot where we took a Polaroid camera to a bar, and it was just a really fun trip. We ended up going to London to launch it. So
nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That kit for me is probably the top. And then the Green Bay kits in their entirety as a set is probably my favorite, like home away alternate set.
Great. Yeah, I loved that Friends with Benefits kit, but then those Green Bay ones, they're just such good colors were used there, and I wish there were more of them.
Yeah.
So nice.
And then I do have to say the Aurora kit, the home kit, was absolutely my favorite to design. I put a ton of attention into it. And so that design specifically is probably like just a great memory. It's a great process. It was a great outcome, and it's for a really great community. And so I'm really proud of how that one turned out.
Yeah, I think most of Kit Twitter is pretty excited as well about that.
200%. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. That's what we want. We want it to.
Exactly.
We want it to be for the people.
Exactly. This is a little off script, but like, how does it feel knowing that like something that you created and put in all this time and all this effort into, was it you and you're like, if you have a team or like all these people involved, and like seeing just like the whole soccer community just like adore you? Just I know Ford, Madison, and even Green Bay have kits on classic football shirts. Obviously, it's a sponsor on the Green Bay one. It's like knowing that the soccer community as a whole just like appreciates what you put into and like all that hard work.
It's literally worldwide.
Yes.
Like that drip kit has sold across many of nations.
Yes. To answer that question, there's really only one word that sums it up, and it's surreal. My day-to-day life is so far removed from like the accolades and the kind of recognition that when it does kind of sink in weeks later, it's like, holy moly, we did something really cool. So I try not to let it kind of distract me or like get into my head, because I don't ever want to feel like this is anything other than a gift. And so I try to keep myself very detached from the praise, involved in the feedback, and then I just kind of hope that people like them. And If they do, then great. And if they don't, then we try again.
Try again.
There's next season, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, there's
Let's
always
try an
next season.
alt kit, you know.
Yeah, but so far it has absolutely been just unreal. It's been, yeah, a privilege, and I hope to kind of continue to do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, as us as a kid show, we definitely think you do, because you constantly put out amazing kits for us to review.
Actually, so this episode hasn't aired yet, the next one, but we did review your Aurora kit for this season for the USLW, and it is
Nice.
officially our second place jersey right now. And that's only because of some shenanigans that I think Regan didn't give it the rating it deserved. But
yeah,
It's not for everybody.
yes, it is.
Who's number one?
that South Georgia Tormenta kit, that lightning bolt that they did.
That was incredible. That was a great one.
That was a great one. I was the lone one to not give it a 5, and I doubt reaped for that. But
Like
we're
literally,
definitely,
yeah, you're behind by like 0.5.
yes.
Brett gave that one a 4.5.
I will say they should have gotten knocked for it being a template. I've never used a template.
Ooh.
Oh, what was that? Was that some shade?
Points for us.
Shots.
No shade. They did a great job.
So yeah, we're at least this show, we're fully dived into the lower league soccer community, especially USL, and now with USLW coming out into that sphere. How is it working, especially, and also even more so given they're almost your hometown area, given Green Bay, Madison? How is it to work with this kind of professional, but also kind of not professional soccer teams across the upper Midwest?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the ability to build something from scratch is really unparalleled. To kind of build something purely for the community, as they're doing in Minnesota, you can see it. Just the people are rabid for it, and it's because they maybe aren't technically professional, but they're operating as professionals. They're purely professional of people. They're a passionate group of people. They're a driven group of people. And it comes through in all of their work. And I think you don't necessarily get that in maybe more established or higher end offices.
So would you say like a major league group of soccer?
I would not put a label on it. But
I would.
I think there's something, yeah. I think there's something about lower league front offices in general where the people have to be a little more gritty. They have to be a little more creative at times, and that shows through in what they're doing.
Yeah, and us here at the USL show have definitely appreciated those creative front offices when they've done and been creative. We will harp on you when you're not.
Yeah.
Indy.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Different story.
I wasn't agreeing with anything. There's a lag.
So
okay.
Yeah.
So anything upcoming? Any exclusives? Anything?
We got Ash. We got Ash.
Oh, I actually don't have any projects on the docket, so I guess this is kind of a plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, my inbox is open right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my two big projects for this year have both come out, and they've both been really gratifying. So just kind of open to a stress-free summer, fingers crossed, maybe, and and yeah, hoping to kind of connect with some teams for the fall if they need kits. So
yeah, definitely stitch you on some more, because your stuff's amazing.
We definitely need more of your work in the world.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I
I will say this, one more thing. So you design all these kits. How does it, do you actually go to these matches and actually see them like being played and then seeing like all the fans wearing it? Like, do you get that like, hey, professional athletes are wearing my kits, but especially like the drip kit and Ford Madison specifically?
Yeah, it's a very weird feeling, and especially for forward. I mean, we designed, I think, 19 kits total in 3 years.
Wow.
Like, it was wild. We had so many tops. Not all of them were on field. A lot of them were goalkeepers. So
Mhm.
you don't see all of them as often. But I heard a rumor one time, and I can neither confirm nor deny
Okay.
if this is real or not, but it really sunk in when someone told me that Aaron Rodgers probably has a drip kit.
Ooh.
Because someone asked for one, got it in the mail, and gave it to him, but cannot confirm if that's true.
So that means it is confirmed.
No,
You're
you're
an
not
owner.
here.
Can't you just call him up real quick?
It's like a C-class ownership. It barely counts. But that, even if it's just a rumor, that whoever told me that like made my entire year. So
Definitely.
I'm gonna hang on to it like it's gospel.
Yes, definitely. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
Any other questions for our guest here, Fox?
I mean, if you're really bored this summer, we're always looking for a random jersey, USL show kid season jersey. I don't have any money, and we don't get paid for this. So, but if you're bored,
The beauty of the lower leagues, am I right?
Right.
Everyone really.
The chaos and beauty and the madness that is lower leagues.
Right. But yeah, no, it honestly means a lot that you took 37 minutes of your time to come out and talk to us little guys and spread the gospel of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's great, and I appreciate being thought of. So yeah, can't say thank you enough.
Well, yeah,
Awesome.
we as Fox said, we greatly appreciate it. It's been a fun 38 minutes now, talking with you and getting to kind of, I don't know, dive in deeper into the kit process. Not everyone understands what that is, and we appreciate being enlightened on this, and hopefully our viewers appreciate this feedback. It's been a lot of fun, can't lie. It's been a lot of fun. If we got anything else, if we got nothing else, just gotta say that's pretty much all we have here, the USL show, the kit show. There will be more coming up, but as right now, Cassidy has been our first interviewer.
Interviewee.
Sorry, interviewee. And it's a good one.
Starting off with a bang.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you guys so much again, and yeah, great show you're running here.
Thank you
so much. Did y'all hear that? No, we're sponsored by. No.
And then before we go, I just want to say a very quick thing. The new episode will be coming out this past weekend. Will be coming out this hopefully Wednesday, which is it's tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow, and then the next two I'll be unavailable as I'll be traveling across Europe. I won't be on those shows, but then Foxy, Gio, and Reagan will take care of our kit judging needs over these next 2 weeks. So please stay up with us, and we appreciate tuning in today. And I guess we'll see you guys later, and enjoy.